good old Xbox. It seems like we can't go a week without there being some Xbox drama, some Xbox controversies, and as the king of Xbox YouTube, I obviously need to chime in on this. I am a fan of Xbox. I love my Xbox Series X. It's one of my most played systems in my household. But of course, there have been some questionable Microsoft related decisions with this system and previous systems. You have PlayStation ponies sitting on the sidelines, the Sony ponies taking shots at the Xbox defending their honor for their Microsoft platform, and Nintendo's just sitting there sipping on a juice box. But I figured we need to talk about some of these things because I feel like they kind of coincide with other things that we've talked about before on the channel. And although you guys didn't watch my Xbox and Starfield video, that's okay, because as the king of Xbox, if you build it, they will come. The first thing we're going to be talking about, as you could tell by the video playing on the screen, is Forza Motorsport. Now, this is probably one of my more anticipated games for the second half of 2023. I am a fan of racing games. Gran Turismo 7 did not exactly leave the cleanest taste in my mouth. Of course, there was a bunch of content missing on day one. Basic features that have been there since the dawn of the franchise were missing. And while, you know, Polyphony has added in those sort of different things that fans wanted, it definitely left a bad taste in my mouth. It gave me a bad impression of Gran Turismo 7. I made several videos about it on the channel, but I was definitely disappointed with this game. I have a brand new in-box steering wheel to play Forza Motorsport when it comes out on the Xbox Series X and S. Like, that's how excited I am for this game. But we do have some problems with it. It was revealed that some key features are going to be missing at the launch of this game. They will not be featuring spectator mode, AI racing, and split screen at the launch of this game, as revealed by Playground. And it's kind of like, well, what have you been doing? Like, this game has been in development for quite a while. Why are there key basic features missing on day one that have been in previous Forza games available on day one? Now, I don't necessarily think this ruins the game or anything like that. Some people are trying to jump off a bridge with this and be like, oh, it's gonna be the worst game ever. I think the problem lies in the fact that it feels like it needs a little bit more time in the oven, and this is a situation that we saw with Redfall. People get mad at me for talking about Redfall. Look, you jerk ass, I beat Redfall. Did you? Because I looked at those percentages of the achievements and many of you did not. I gave Redfall an honest chance. The fact that Redfall still hasn't gotten that 60 frames per second patch is a little bit concerning. But I feel like this is just sort of a mantra that people run with when it comes to first-party Xbox games. Why are they not complete on day one? Is this the Game Pass effect that we have heard about so many times, where it's like, oh, well, you know, it's on Game Pass, so we could just sort of fix it whenever. Now, Starfield hopefully appears to be a complete day one experience, which can help sort of negate the negativity surrounding games that come into Game Pass on day one that are first party Microsoft games, which are all of them. But I don't think this is the biggest deal in the world. It's a little bit concerning because you would expect them to come out guns blazing with this game. You know, this is the first Forza in what? I think it was 7 years since Forza Motorsport 7 came out. So this game has been in development for a very long time. And the fact that there's not key features at the launch of this game, it's kind of a bit concerning. But isn't necessarily because of the development of this game and what they're doing with this game in particular, or is it because of a bigger problem that's sort of catching on like wildfire? And that is the whole Xbox Series S situation, because there are a lot of people, a lot of gamers who do not like the Xbox Series S, the budget priced entry in Xbox's lineup of platforms. Now, what is the reasoning behind this? Well, let's look at one of the features that's missing in Forza Motorsport at launch, and that is split screen. The reason that this could be potentially missing is because of the fact that there needs to be parity between all versions of games that come out on Xbox. So as far as content is concerned, the content needs to be exactly the same on the Xbox Series S as it is on the Xbox Series X. Now, this isn't a situation where it's like the digital drive of a PlayStation 5 versus a physical drive of a PlayStation 5. They both play the same games, they both have the same internals. But the reason I focus in on split screen at launch and why they're potentially having problems with this because of the Xbox Series S is because of Baldur's Gate 3. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 is absolutely lighting the world on fire because, I mean, it came out with a complete experience on day one. There's developers that are allegedly worried about this now because, well, this isn't realistic expectations to have a complete game on day one, to which I say, if you feel that way, just quit. Just go into another, go work at McDonald's, go clean some toilets or something like that, because you're not cut out for the video game industry. This should not be an anomaly. A complete game on day one should be the standard. But one of the things that was been discussed recently is the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 isn't coming to Xbox because of the parity of the game. They evidently, the developers of the game were having trouble with the Xbox Series S version running in split screen mode, which is a key feature of this game, and the Xbox Series X was evidently running it fine, but the Series S wasn't, so they just decided to not bring the game to the platform. So people are running with this in a very creative way, that Xbox Series S is holding back gaming and potentially damaging the Xbox brand, because now select games aren't coming to Xbox because of this weaker hardware that needs to have parity when it comes to what's in the game. And it's an interesting discussion because you've seen different things with different games where developers have said, oh, we can't hit this target resolution or frame rate on the Series S, only the Series X, or things of that situation. But then I remember it was like I think it was Dying Light 2. There was a whole big controversy around that, but then they ended up adding it later on down the road because they managed to figure it out. Do I think that the Xbox Series S is holding back gaming? No. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, by that metric, then the Nintendo Switch should be holding back gaming a whole hell of a lot more. But the thing with the Switch is that if a company wants to release a game that has features on a PlayStation 5 version, but does not have features in the Switch version, that's okay. There is no mandate for it. The problem is with the actual mandate that Microsoft themselves had. Now, if the split screen for Baldur's Gate was just an anomaly, what's with the split screen on Forza Motorsport? Is there some credence to the Xbox Series S potentially holding back the next generation of gaming? I think it's overblown. I honestly think it's overblown. Do I think it is a potential issue? Sure. And I do think developers look at situations like this and how they could sort of circumvent these problems, or what they could do differently, or how they can manage to make a game run good on the Xbox Series S versus the Xbox Series X and still keep all the features within the game. But 9 times out of 10, when a game is a multi-platform game, the Xbox Series S version of the game isn't missing features. It isn't really missing anything. This seems to be more of an outlier. And while I say there could be, you know, the Xbox Series S could be the reason that Forza Motorsport does not have split screen at launch, that's also an assumption. You know, you could base it sort of on the fact that the Baldur's Gate 3 situation just happened to happen right around time when this was announced, and it's obviously not the best look in the world, but, you know, how deep does it really go? How much does this actually impact the development of games for the Xbox brand, because of the fact that you need to have all the same gameplay features, all the same content in an Xbox Series X version versus an Xbox Series S? I guess we'll tell as the generation goes on, although this has been a weird generation to begin with. I'm still kind of waiting for like that groundbreaking, mind-blowing experience that just really changes everything about gaming. But hey, maybe it's coming on the horizon. Who knows? Maybe it's Starfield. Maybe they'll market it more. Once again, I think the marketing's been fine. It's just been a little bit soft, but I mean, the game's gonna sell itself. Let's be realistic here. So, Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of all this Xbox drama and Xbox controversy. Is it overblown? Is it rightfully justified? You know, where do you fall on this situation with it? And make sure you share this video with your Xbox compadres and friends, because I'm the king of Xbox. I didn't anoint myself the king of Xbox. Someone did. Maybe it was Jesus. I don't know. I guess I did anoint myself the king of Xbox, but somebody had to do it, damn it. Somebody had to do it. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. I didn't feel like being on video today, so you just saw a lot of gameplay and trailers. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.